Gospel singer and pastor Donnie McClurkin is being sued for allegedly sexually abusing a man for a year. The victim, Giuseppe Corletto, said in the lawsuit that he sought out McClurkin in 2003.
Donnie McClurkin, the world-renowned gospel singer and pastor, built a life defined by powerful sermons, timeless music, and a ministry that touched millions across the globe. To the public, he was a symbol of faith, strength, and victory over life's deepest struggles. But behind the walls of his private mansion, whispers of hidden spaces, carefully preserved memories, and shocking discoveries began to surface. What was meant to be a place of peace is now surrounded by mystery and questions. So, what exactly was found inside his home that left everyone stunned? This is the story. The gospel icon's hidden world. For many years, Pastor Donnie McClurkin has been recognized all over the world as one of the most powerful voices in gospel music and ministry. Through his heartfelt songs, emotional performances, and inspiring sermons, he built a reputation as a man deeply committed to faith, healing, and hope. His voice became a source of comfort for millions, carrying messages that spoke to pain, recovery, and spiritual strength. On stage, he appeared confident, passionate, and fully devoted to his calling, earning respect as both a preacher and an award-winning gospel artist. As his fame kept rising, people started to grow curious about his private life once the lights faded and the crowds were gone. Beyond the churches, concerts, and TV appearances, there seemed to be another hidden side of his world that few had seen. This quiet interest slowly built over time, as fans and watchers became more eager to know the real person behind his public image and what shaped him deeply inside. That curiosity soon shifted focus toward his private mansion, a place many believed would simply reflect years of success, ministry achievements, and hard-earned recognition. From the outside, it seemed like a symbol of accomplishment, an impressive home built from decades of dedication and influence. Yet, as small details and reports about the property began to surface, people started asking deeper questions. People started to wonder if the mansion was just a sign of success or something more personal hidden inside. Could it hold untold stories, private memories, or pieces of his life journey within its walls? These thoughts made people more curious, turning simple admiration into deeper interest and fascination. The more they looked, the more they wanted to know what was truly inside the mansion itself. Once seen as just another celebrity home, the mansion slowly turned into something far more fascinating. It was no longer only a symbol of success, but also a possible glimpse into his private world. People began to ask what his life was really like away from the stage, when cameras were off and no one was watching. They grew curious about his hidden daily life and true personality behind fame. As this curiosity deepened, attention shifted fully toward uncovering what the mansion might reveal. The more people thought about it, the more they wanted answers. What exactly was hidden behind those walls? And what stories of Donnie McClurkin's private life were waiting to be discovered? Before the discovery of Pastor Donnie McClurkin's mansion, he was known around the world as a gospel icon, powerful preacher, and award-winning singer. But could this discovery change how people view the pastor? Or will it simply reveal more about a side he had kept hidden from the public? And what could be hidden inside this mansion? Let's find out. The tragedies that were buried. Long before Donnie McClurkin became known around the world as a gospel star and respected pastor, his early life was filled with painful moments that left lasting emotional wounds. Growing up in New York, he was exposed to struggles that most children should never have to face. One of the most heartbreaking events in his childhood was the tragic loss of his younger brother, who died in a road accident. That single moment brought deep sadness into the family and changed their lives forever. He did not only struggle with this challenge alone. His childhood was also filled with family problems that brought instability and emotional stress. Life at home was often difficult, making his early years even harder. Instead of enjoying a carefree childhood, he was forced to grow up faster than most children. These experiences shaped his mindset early leaving lasting emotional pressure that followed him as he continued life's journey and strengthened his resilience over time. During these painful and uncertain times, he began searching for something that could bring him comfort and hope. That search led him to church, where he found a sense of peace that he could not find elsewhere. The music, the prayers, and the message of faith slowly became a safe place for him. Over time, what started as a place of comfort became something much more powerful. It became the foundation that shaped the direction of his entire life. Music became a strong comfort during his struggles, helping him deal with difficult moments. Through singing and active participation in church, he slowly found a deeper meaning in life. What once served as a way to escape his pain gradually grew into a true calling, shaping his path and defining his future direction in a powerful way. As the years passed, and he grew into the man the world would eventually come to know, these early experiences never truly left him. Inside his private world, many of these memories were carefully preserved in different forms. Photographs, keepsakes, and personal belongings connected to his childhood remained part of his life story. Each item served as a quiet reminder of where he came from and how far he had come. Looking back, it is clear that those early struggles were not only painful memories, but key moments that shaped who he became. They built the base of his faith, music, and ministry, and their impact still shows in the personal items and spaces he kept close. Even years later, these experiences continued to echo through his life, and the way he lived each day with deep meaning. Pastor Donnie McClurkin's mansion holds memories of his childhood struggles that helped shape the man he eventually became. But how much did these experiences influence his approach to ministry and his gospel career? Could they have played a role in his spiritual growth? Now, let's explore the private battles behind the ministry. Beyond the spotlight. In front of the world, Donnie McClurkin stood on stage with strong confidence, a powerful voice, and a gift that touched millions of hearts. Yet, beyond that public image, there was another side of his life that many people only came to understand through his own stories. Behind the fame of a gospel star was a long journey filled with deep personal struggles and emotional battles that tested him in ways the audience could never see. McClurkin has openly shared that his path was not always easy or smooth. Instead of hiding the pain he went through, he chose to speak about it honestly, using his life story as part of his message to others. These difficult experiences became a major part of his testimony and helped shape the way he approached both his ministry and his music. Every sermon he preached and every song he sang carried traces of a life that had been through hardship but still found hope. Instead of acting like his struggles never happened, he often looked back on them as key parts of his spiritual growth. To him, those painful experiences were not just memories to forget, but important lessons that shaped his faith and strengthened his sense of purpose. This perspective gave deeper meaning to his journey, showing that his success was built not only on talent, but also on survival, reflection, and personal transformation. He embraced his past as proof that growth comes through pain and endurance always remains. Because of this, people began to see his life in a different light. The mansion he lived in, which many once assumed was simply a symbol of success and comfort, started to take on a more emotional meaning. It was no longer viewed as just a luxury home filled with expensive items and beautiful rooms. Instead, it began to look like a space where memories, reflection, and personal history quietly lived side by side. This shift in how people saw things made many think the mansion held more than just material items. They started to believe the belongings inside could uncover hidden parts of his life, stories the public never fully saw. To them, the house felt like a mirror of the man himself, full of layers, emotions, struggles, and faith that shaped who he became over time. We see a deeper human story beyond what is visible on the surface. In the end, McClurkin's openness about his journey added a new layer of curiosity to everything connected to him. It suggested that behind the public image of a gospel icon was a deeply personal world, one that might be quietly preserved within the walls of his home, waiting for those details to be fully understood. Beyond the secrets uncovered in Pastor Donnie's mansion that reflect his spiritual growth and transformation, What other hidden details could the mansion be holding? Could it be more than just a home? If so, what other purpose could the mansion serve for the pastor? Let's uncover the astonishing details. Inside the walls of reflection. As curiosity about Donnie McClurkin's mansion grew, attention shifted from its impressive exterior to the hidden corners inside. What first appeared as just another luxury home soon felt like a place rich with meaning, memories, and purpose. Behind simple doors and quiet hallways were rooms that seemed to carry untold stories, revealing more than anyone expected from a well-known gospel figure. Each space hinted at a deeper life shaped by faith, sacrifice, and quiet personal journeys that few people ever truly saw behind closed private doors. Some of the rooms were believed to hold a deeply personal and spiritual purpose in his everyday life. Rather than being built only for luxury or show, they seemed to be quiet spaces meant for reflection and prayer. In these calm corners, one could picture moments of deep thinking, private worship, and escape from the busy outside world. The atmosphere suggested a man who truly valued peace, silence, and a close connection with his faith, even within the comfort of his own home. It paints a picture of quiet devotion and inner spiritual strength within him. Beyond the rooms that captured attention, other sections of the mansion revealed a deeper and more personal story. These spaces reportedly held treasured pieces from Donnie McClurkin's remarkable journey through ministry and music. Shelves contained old recordings, handwritten notes, and important documents that reflected years of dedication, faith, and growth. Together, these items seemed to form a living timeline of his life, showcasing the challenges, victories, and defining moments that transformed him from humble beginnings into a globally respected gospel voice. As more details were revealed, the mansion no longer felt like just a celebrity home. Instead, it began to feel like a living archive of memories, carefully preserved through the years. Rather than displaying wealth or luxury, it told a deeper story of hard work, faith, struggles, and determination. Every room, object, and detail seemed to have its own purpose and meaning, carefully placed over time. It felt like each item was chosen with care, carrying memories, emotions, and a deeper story within it. To many observers, the house no longer seemed like just a symbol of fame and success. Instead, it felt more like a private collection of memories, experiences, and spiritual moments that shaped Donnie McClurkin's life. The more people explored it, the more they saw it was not only about wealth or status, but a lifetime of stories carefully kept inside its walls, waiting for someone to truly understand it. Hidden within its rooms was a deeper story of faith, growth, and a remarkable human journey indeed. Due to what Pastor Donnie has gone through in life, there are rooms in his mansion dedicated to prayer, reflection, and study. But what other discoveries caught the attention of observers inside his mansion? And what message is hidden within such findings? Now, let's dive into the collection that told a silent story. A hidden archive of faith and memory. Among the most surprising things discovered inside Donnie McClurkin's mansion was a large and carefully kept collection of personal items spread across different rooms of the home. At first glance, these objects might have looked like simple keepsakes, but together, they told a much deeper story. They appeared to capture many years of his life, showing his journey through ministry, music, and personal growth in a very detailed and emotional way. As people looked closer, they found old recordings that seemed to hold pieces of his early musical beginnings, along with letters that reflected private thoughts and meaningful connections from different stages of his life. Some awards marked major milestones in his career, each one representing a moment when his work and voice touched audiences around the world. Alongside these were preserved memorabilia that connected directly to important events and experiences he went through over the years. What made the collection truly fascinating was the powerful story hidden within it. Some items highlighted remarkable achievements, public praise, and the success that made him widely admired. Yet alongside those proud reminders were deeply personal pieces that revealed a quieter side of his journey. These objects seemed to capture private moments of reflection, difficult challenges, and lessons learned along the way. Together, they painted a fuller picture of a man whose life was shaped not only by fame and accomplishments, but also by growth, resilience, and experiences the public rarely witnessed. As people looked more closely at the discoveries, a fascinating pattern began to emerge. Nothing inside the mansion seemed accidental or out of place. Every object appeared carefully saved and protected, as if it carried a special purpose. The collection felt less like a group of belongings and more like a timeline of meaningful experiences. Each item seemed connected to a treasured memory, an important lesson, or a life-changing moment, revealing pieces of a deeply personal story hidden beneath the surface. As more was uncovered, the mansion felt far more meaningful than a house filled with valuable belongings. It seemed like a living record of Donnie McClurkin's remarkable journey through life. Every room appeared to tell a different story, revealing his rise from humble beginnings to worldwide success. Yet beyond the fame and achievements, the home also reflected the personal struggles, lessons, and experiences that helped shape the man he became, making the discovery even more fascinating. In the end, the collection became far more than a display of old memories. It offered a moving glimpse into his life journey, revealing the stories, emotions, and challenges behind his success. Every item seemed to hold a piece of his past, creating a deep connection to the moments that quietly shaped him. Some discoveries inside the mansion included old recordings and major achievements from Pastor Donnie McClurkin's life. But what message does the mansion itself seem to be passing across? And what lesson did it leave for those who observe it closely? Now, let's uncover the life story hidden within the walls. A lifelong journey of personal growth. By the time all the discoveries inside Donnie McClurkin's mansion were fully examined, one thing stood out clearly. The home was never just about wealth, luxury, or status. It was much deeper than what anyone first thought. What initially looked like a grand and beautiful property slowly turned into something more meaningful. It revealed itself as a space filled with memories, emotions, and personal history that quietly told the story of his life over the years. Instead of being only a symbol of success, the mansion began to reflect the full story of a man's life. It showed a journey shaped by many different experiences, some painful, some powerful, and some deeply personal. Inside its walls were traces of tragedy that marked his early years, moments of strong faith that carried him forward, periods of struggle that tested him, and seasons of healing that helped him grow stronger. Alongside all of this was the reality of global success, in which his voice, music, and ministry reached people around the world. As the exploration continued, each room revealed another clue to a much deeper story. The carefully preserved belongings were far more than simple possessions. They were silent witnesses to the many stages of his life. Some celebrated major accomplishments, public recognition, and hard-earned success. Others uncovered more private moments filled with reflection, personal growth, and struggles hidden from public view. Even the most personal corners of the mansion seemed to hold a special emotional presence, as if the walls themselves were guarding treasured memories. Together, these spaces painted a fascinating portrait of a man shaped by triumphs, challenges, and experiences few people ever truly knew. As the pieces of the puzzle slowly came together, many realized the mansion was telling a story far greater than anyone expected. It was more than a luxurious home. It was a reflection of an extraordinary journey. Every room and preserved memory seemed to reveal a life shaped by faith, hardship, perseverance, and purpose. The mansion stood as a reminder that true success is rarely built overnight. Instead, it grows from years of triumphs, setbacks, sacrifices, and lessons that quietly shape a person's path to greatness. What many expected to be nothing more than a glimpse inside a luxurious mansion became a fascinating journey into the life of Pastor Donnie McClurkin. Beyond the impressive rooms and carefully preserved possessions lay a story of hardship, faith, perseverance, and triumph. In its own quiet way, The mansion seemed to reveal the experiences that shaped him, serving as a powerful reminder that every success story is built upon years of challenges, growth, and personal transformation. In the end, one fascinating question remains. No matter how much fame, success, or public recognition a person achieves, can we ever fully know who they truly are? Behind every public image lies a private story filled with experiences, struggles, and memories that few people ever see. Perhaps the most important parts of a person's journey remain hidden from view. So, what do you think about the discoveries in Pastor Donnie's mansion? Could there still be more he is hiding? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But don't forget to like and subscribe.